everyone, welcome to day 16 of our FCHS Fitness Challenge. We're going to get a little bit back into strength training today. We're going to do some exercises for our chest, our shoulders, and our triceps today. We are going to mostly be on the floor. Actually, we're going to be entirely on the floor. So find a comfy place to situate yourself. Either a yoga mat or just a nice carpet underneath you can be helpful. For now, we're just going to start in a nice comfortable seated position. Okay, so cross-legged, whatever works for you. We're just gonna kind of warm up our upper body a little bit before we get started in the workout. If you have weights that you wanna use, feel free to grab those too. Otherwise, we can do all these exercises with just our body weight. That's fine too. All right, so we're gonna start with the palms together, all right? We've done these before, little field goals. So the palms will face each other and we're gonna bring those arms out, squeeze the back shoulder blades together, and we're gonna come back in. So we're just gonna stretch the chest a little bit, open the shoulders. Okay. Gonna do one more, and then we're gonna bring those palms back in all the way. Then we're gonna come out, but not squeeze entirely. So we're just out in our little cactus arms position, and we're just gonna flip the arms down and rotate them back up. So we should feel that inner shoulder working a little bit here. Okay, waking up some of those muscles. And we'll just do 5 of these. So that was 4. We'll do one more. All right, we're gonna bring the palms back in the lap and we're just gonna raise those arms up overhead into our Y. Okay. And then we're gonna come out and make a T. Okay, we'll do 5 T's. Hopefully get a nice chest stretch with that one. Okay. Do one more. And then we'll place the hands back in the lap wherever they're comfortable. We're just gonna roll the shoulders forward for 5. 3, 2, one more forward. And then we're gonna roll them back. 2, Alright, so that's just a short little warm-up. If you want a little more, feel free to pause the video and do some extra exercises, maybe do some marching in place just to get a little warmer. But if you're feeling okay, we're gonna get started with our workout. So you're gonna lay down on your back, grab your weights or put them near you, okay? So they're easy to grab. You're gonna lay down on the floor, feet are gonna be planted like that. The weights are gonna come to right over the chest. You want them chest level here. We're gonna do a chest press. So we're just gonna push those weights up away from us, and then we're gonna slowly lower back down. All right, so we'll feel the chest do most of the work here, but the triceps and the shoulders will also be involved. We're gonna go nice and slow. We're on 7, we're gonna go for 10. So we're gonna do 8 here. We're gonna go for one more. And we're gonna rest. And then we're gonna do that same thing one more time. So we're gonna try for 2 sets of everything today at 10 repetitions each, or anywhere in that 8 to 12 range if you're a little more advanced or a little less advanced. I just like 10 because it's right in the middle. So we're gonna rest and then we're gonna get ready again. Okay, so we're gonna bring those weights to about chest level. We're gonna push them up directly above our chest and we're gonna slowly lower back down. Right, so the weight should really be in line with the chest the whole time. When people start to get tired, what tends to happen is that we start to rely a little more on our shoulders. So the weights will start to creep a little bit backwards, closer to your face. So if you guys are looking at this video right now, I'm using more of my shoulder to lift these weights. I want to be right in front of my chest. I want that pushing to come primarily from those muscles. All right, this is gonna be 6. And that can help a lot of times if we have shoulder pain to work through this exercise too, if we are doing it correctly. And on 8, we're gonna go for 2 more. And last one here. And slowly lower those weights back down, nice and controlled. Our next exercise, we're gonna stick with the chest, so we're gonna primarily work that muscle group again. The weights will start overhead, again, directly above your chest, okay? We wanna stay in line with the chest. The palms will face each other, and those hands are gonna lower down to the sides. So like that T that we did as part of the warm-up, okay, that's how your arms will look for this one. Keep a slight bend in your elbow so that your joints don't lock out. All right. You'll probably feel this exercise in a slightly different part of the chest than with the presses. Okay, but that should still be the primary work. Might feel a little effort from that front of the arm, those bicep muscles, especially when you're outstretched in this downward position. Okay. We're about halfway there. And try to keep those hands when you come down into that T. Try to keep them above the ground. Really have that tension there. Okay, don't let up on that work. We're gonna do 2 more. Okay, one more time down and back up. You can bring those weights down, rest them at your sides, and we'll take a few seconds to just recover, okay? Reposition if you need to. Feel like I'm moving all over the place here. All right, we're gonna bring those weights back up, right over the chest. Slowly lower those arms down into that T and back up. Good. All right, we're on 5 if you're following me in my pace. This is 6. And we're gonna go for 1 more. And we'll put those weights back down and rest for a little bit here. Our next one, we're going to do our overhead tricep extensions. So we did do these in an earlier video, but this is just our hands are gonna start kind of in that same starting position as they did for the chest press, or sorry, the chest fly. A little bit higher, maybe. They might be a little more in line with your shoulders this time instead of the chest. But you'll start like this. The elbows will bend. Those weights will come down towards either side of your head, and then we push back up through that tricep, through that back of the arm. Okay, so the shoulder should stay pretty stable throughout this. We only want to move at that elbow joint. So the forearm from the elbow to the hand should really be the only body part moving here. Okay, this is a good isolation exercise for those triceps. Although it wasn't really nice of me to put them directly after our chest exercises. At least it wasn't the chest press. Okay, we're gonna go for 2 more. One more here. And you can bring those weights down to relax for a minute. That'll be less than a minute, but if you want to take a full minute, feel free. Right, so we're gonna do that same thing one more time. And we'll bring those arms up over the shoulders and bring those weights down to either side of the head, only bending at that elbow. The other thing that's important to keep an eye on is that if we start to get tired or if the weight is too heavy, sometimes those elbows will splay out a little bit and you'll look a little more like this. Want to keep those elbows real close. Okay, so they want to be in a good line with your shoulder. You don't want them to splay out. You want that shoulder, elbow, and wrist all in a line. And that'll help really target that muscle. So when I lie down, both my elbows are pointing directly at the ceiling. I don't have one more towards the door and the other more towards the couch. Both are directly at the surface above me. So we're gonna go for 2 more because I was talking too much and I lost count. It's gotta happen at least once in one of my videos. And we'll bring those weights down. Our next exercise is gonna be just a body weight exercise. So we're gonna come up nice and slow, not all the way up, just so we're more seated. And there are a few ways that you can do this exercise. I'm gonna stay on the floor here. If you have done these before and know that you can do a little more of an advanced version, you can also grab a chair and do these off a chair. We're gonna do our tricep dips. So the way I like to start out with these, if you don't do them too often or if you just wanna start from the beginning, keep those heels in kind of close to you. And when you come up, you're gonna raise your body weight up off the floor and you're going to then dip yourself back down and back up. So if those feet are in nice and close, you're not putting as much body weight into it. It might take some pressure off of those shoulders. You'll still get really good work in the back of the arm, but it can be a little bit safer for people with some shoulder problems. If this is too easy, just start by walking those feet out. Then you can see my hips are lifting much higher up from the ground. I have to go a lot further to dip those hips back down on the ground. We're gonna go for 3 more here. And we'll go for 1 more. And we'll come up. Take a break, shake those wrists out, do some wrist circles. This can be really hard on the wrists if they start to give you pain. You can try to play with the hand position a little bit, or do them off the chair, or just do another 2 sets of the tricep extensions overhead, because that's going to target the same muscle group, but with a little less pressure on our wrists. Okay, so we're going to do 1 more round of that. Okay. Again, I usually plant with the palms or the fingers facing towards my feet. You can also try, taking them out a little bit, see if that helps. But this just keeps my elbows pointed to where they need to be when I have the fingers faced directly towards my feet. It does start to hurt my wrists, though, I will admit that. So we're gonna come up, plant through those feet, then the elbows, and push back up off the ground. So this is a good exercise because it does strengthen those shoulders, it does strengthen the triceps, and we even get a little bit of a core benefit here, trying to keep ourselves balanced throughout this. So I know it's not always the funnest exercise, but it is a good one. Okay, we're gonna go for 4 more here. We're gonna do, this is 9, and just 1 more here for 10. And we're going to just kind of return to that comfortable seated position on the floor. You can do these last 2 exercises standing as well if that's just a little more manageable for you. Just sometimes it helps to stand versus sit. We're gonna do our shoulder presses. Okay, so when we do these from a seated position, we do have to pay a little more attention to our posture. We wanna keep a nice core. Okay, sometimes when we sit, we slump without even realizing it. Roll those shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Weights are gonna start right above our shoulders. We're gonna push them up overhead, and you all hate me because I'm making you do this right after tricep dips. This is how we get stronger. You can always pause the video and take the rest that you need to. Okay, this is 3. We're already halfway through. That was 5. We're gonna go for 2 more here. And rest those weights down. Shake out those shoulders if you need to. And we'll go for 1 more set of those, and then we only have 1 more exercise. So we're getting towards the end here. All right, let's bring those weights back. Right above the shoulders, push straight up overhead. And we'll come back down. Okay, halfway there. This is gonna be 6. And 1 more. All right, we'll bring those weights down. Our last one's gonna feel like a 2 exercise in 1, so we'll only do 5 full repetitions of it. That'll be my gift to you all, okay? So what we're gonna do is you're going to start those arms, we're gonna come up in that side raise. You guys do not have to do this long with the video, I'm just showing. Take a break. We're gonna come up in our side raise, we're gonna come to the front, we're gonna come back to the side and then down. So it will feel a little involved, kind of like we're doing a front raise and a lateral raise in the same motion, but I'm gonna cut the reps in half, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started with that. If you feel recovered, if not, take a few more seconds. And we're gonna bring those weights up to the side. We're gonna bring them to the front. We're gonna push them back out to the side, and we're gonna come down. That was 1. Okay, if this starts to get really heavy with the weights, put them down and just get that work in with just moving the weights to the side and forward. Okay, this is 3. 4. 1 more. And bring those weights down. 1 more set, then we'll stretch, I promise. Almost there. I saved the worst one for last. It wasn't nice of me. All right, let's bring those weights up to the side, forward, and stay in line with those shoulders the whole time. Back out to the side and back down, okay? Up to the side, right in front, back to the side, and down. Okay, we're on 3. Go for 4. And 1 more. 1 more. And down. Okay, get rid of those weights. It's time to stretch. Whew. All right, 1 arm right across the chest, hug it in. Stretch those shoulders first. They probably need it the most. They kind of got hit in everything we did today. All right. And switch the arms. All right, let's bring that right arm up overhead, straight overhead, bend at the elbow. We'll stretch that tricep out. If you want a little more, you can hug that elbow in a little closer to your head. Nice and gentle. And we'll bring that arm down. Left arm comes up, bend at the elbow, stretch that tricep out. You can hug that arm in a little closer if you want a deeper stretch. And then bring those arms down, place both palms behind you, kind of like we did for those tricep dips. Plant into the hands, push the shoulder blades back, chest out. That'll stretch that chest in there. You might also get a little bit in the biceps, the forearms, and that wrist that we worked a little bit there. Okay. And you can release the hands, shake those out again. Wave, circle, do whatever feels good. We're just gonna do a couple more stretches for our neck because we were working the shoulders a lot today. So let's just bring that left ear to the left shoulder. Just hold that for a few seconds. You can always pull gently on the head for a deeper stretch. And bring the head back up, slowly lower down to the right side. And we'll bring it back up to the middle, and then we'll just look down. Let that chin fall towards the chest and stretch that back of the neck. All right, you can bring that head back up. You guys are done. Thanks for sticking around for this whole video. I hope it was a good one for you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow with another fitness challenge video. All right, have a good day.